Hi, my name is Karen Rivas, and this is my blog number 2 for my class Second Language Acquisition. I'm here with Saeed Diaz,
Hello.
and we're going to interview him today. So, before anything, I want to get some background information on you. Where are you originally from?
I was born in Honduras,
Born in
in
Honduras,
Central America.
Central America. And how old were you when you first came to America?
I was 6 years old.
For six. All right. That was the first exposure you had for a second language, or you have privileged, you know?
I remember in Honduras for kindergarten, my mother had put me in a bilingual school.
Bilingual school. So that's the first time you started learning a new language when you were in your country.
Yes.
All right. So let's go with a couple of questions. All right. What areas of language has been the most difficult for you?
I think over the years it has been just understanding idioms, expressions, understanding cultural context for either both languages, because as you grow older, you have a different exposure to how people are saying things and words and meaning. So that was always just a learning curve for me, trying to understand the context of the language.
And the language. All right. The second question is how do you think age has impacted your language learning?
Well, like I mentioned, I think you get older, you get exposed to different experiences. Both languages, it's been difficult to just balance that out.
Okay.
For example, we have certain things that as adults we say, there's certain ways we express ourselves that as children we don't really get exposed to. And so learning these things growing up, coming of age, it was a little different. I felt like in Spanish there was a lot more mature language at an earlier age versus in English. Our language was very kid friendly. And then coming into the adulthood, it was learning the vocabulary of the everyday work job and all that. It was a cultural thing, a shock to me.
So you're saying like in a younger age in your original language Spanish, you had a higher exposure. Then as you got older in English, you were still learning the like different type of language, but as an adult now.
Right.
All right. The next question is here. Some technical difficulty. All right. The next question is, what kind of bilingual do you think you are?
What do you mean? Like, in what sense? I can read, write, and speak English and Spanish, and I think I'm also able to translate in both languages.
So you're fluent. You feel like you're fluent in both languages.
Yes.
All right. So what language is more dominant?
Well, that's been part of my journey per se. Especially in school, I remember coming from throughout the school year, I was always exposed to English, and then coming back home or being in the summer, it was more Spanish all summer long. So
Yeah.
coming back to school, I remember that was always like a difficulty. Nowadays, it's pretty well balanced. My life. I'm doing business, I'm doing sales, and so I get to speak both languages equally.
Okay.
So I could say that it's basically the same now, half and half. But growing up, I know that there was times where English was more dominant over Spanish, and vice versa.
Okay. So you would say you're dominant in both language.
Yes.
All right, that's good. Okay, how do your teachers in math or science classes introduce to your second language learning? So how do they cater to your second language learning in math and science?
Well, quite frankly, I don't think they did. I think it was more of a contextual learning or like just critical thinking when it came to the concepts that were taught. They just spoke in the language that they know, and they teach you the things that they teach you in these classes. But ultimately, it came down to me personally interpreting some of the words that were being taught to me. Mathematically, how I knew them in Spanish because of what my parents would say about some mathematical concept versus what I was being taught. So just in my mind, I myself was doing most of the translating. Mainly, it was just taking what the terms were, the vocabulary, and just applying it as it is.
So you felt that your math and science teachers were not really catering to your learning your English language learning? It was more up to you to translate them for yourself.
Right.
Okay. All right. Okay. What some of wait, wrong question. What are some things that you avoid saying or writing in your second language?
Hmm. I believe maybe that's like like words of expression. Some things that or even anything that's humorous, like a joke or something that in Spanish may be funnier than in English. I avoid, know that this context won't make sense too much in English, so I avoid doing that.
Okay. All right. How did school and society with your classmates influence your second language learning?
So actually, socializing with my classmates has been the biggest effect for me. I remember going from first to second grade when I came to this country. I was in ESL in first grade, and the classmates actually would make fun of me because I didn't know the language 100%, and I was being put down by that. But then over the summer, I remember I socialized a lot with friends from the block, and they, it was all English. And I remember coming back in second grade, and there was a lot of improvement. Like I would be able to interact better, understand the language more. So I will say that socializing with other English speakers has been the biggest influence to learn the second language.
All right, so you're saying that when you were in a more outside of school society with your friends, you were able to learn and practice English more than in school.
Right.
All right. So our last question would be, how do you think speakers of English helped you the most in your second language learning?
Speakers of English, they provide context, especially in their lifestyle. The vocabulary that you learn in your lifestyle is different. Growing up in my house, they all spoke with Spanish, so I understood the terms, the concepts in Spanish of day to day. But when I got exposed to other speakers and how they refer to day to day vocabulary, I was able to grasp an understanding of how the English works in their world.
Oh, well, that's it for all today. Thank you for allowing me to interview you.
Yeah, of course, my pleasure.
Bye.